welcome back to another vlog. This is my last full week of work before I take some time off for the holidays. And I can't wait to get through this week, so we're gonna get through it together. I have to say though, this year, I really am proud of myself. I put the people-pleasing part of my personality aside, and I'm just working my normal amount of hours. And if someone wanted to get in for an appointment last minute and they didn't pre-book ahead of time, sorry, you're gonna have to wait till January or go book with somebody else. And it's hard to do that sometimes, especially if the client then is like, oh, well, I need it by this day, so I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. You're losing out potentially on like having a long-term client. If they're a new person, you're missing out on the money for that appointment. But I keep telling myself, like, is it worth it? Is it worth me being burnt out and overworked? No, it's not. Because I've done it in the past and I just don't want to do that to myself this year. Especially because then it's not fair to the people that thought ahead and booked these appointments months ago. Because then I'm going to be overworked and stressed and tired, and I'm not going to be able to give those people 100% of me. And it's not fair. I've had quite a few new clients that have reached out that are like, oh yeah, haven't had my hair done in like a year. I need a full head of foils and a cut, or I need a color correction. I have very limited availability and I want it done before this coming weekend. Like, no. Those kind of people get on my freaking nerves. Just a word to the wise for my viewers out there that are not in the beauty industry. This time of year is our busiest season in the salon in general. If you have something important and you really want your hair done for a specific occasion by a specific date, book your appointment ahead of time. It's better to be safe than sorry. Anyway, that's my little rant for the day, but today I have 3 clients on my schedule, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous today because one of the clients I haven't done her hair in a while. She followed me from my last salon, and I don't know. We will see how it goes. I'm not gonna show her hair or anything because we're gonna keep it anonymous, but I don't know. She's just like very particular about what she wants and how she wants it done, which is fair. Like, it's good to know what you want, but once the consultation is over and we've determined what the goal is, you gotta just sit back and let the professional do their job. And we had problems with that when I did her hair in the past. But you know, last time I was working at someone else's salon, I didn't feel comfortable or like I really had an opportunity to tell her, hey, you can't be acting this way or speaking to me this way, just because of like, I don't know, other circumstances, whatever. And yeah, so she's coming in for a haircut today, which I agreed to do, but I'm gonna see how it goes today. And then if it's just not feeling right, now that we will be in my place of business where I am the boss and it's gonna just be the 2 of us in a room and no one else to like step in and get involved, I can have that conversation if I need to about like, I just don't think that we're a right fit for each other, but it might also be totally fine. Because I've also had experiences where people act a little different the first time you do their hair because they don't know you yet and maybe they just have trust issues. But then once you do a good job, once they know they can trust you, then they chill out a little bit. So maybe it'll be like that. I don't know. We will see. But the uncertainty of it is like kind of just giving me a little bit of anxiety. Not even gonna lie, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. My fellow stylists out there, please comment down below and let me know if you've experienced clients like this before and how you've handled it. Like, what do you do? What do you say? What's the conversation that you have? Oh, great. I hear it pouring outside. Love that, especially when I have freshly washed hair. Wonder if the camera's gonna pick that up. Oh my God. Amber Saffron from Dossier, like usual. Oh my God, if you guys saw my last vlog, I put out this Gourmand White Flowers Reed Diffuser from Dossier. This is a replica of the Viktor and Rolf Flower Bomb. I've had that out now for the last like 48 hours or so, and it smells so good. I have it on the shelf in my bathroom. and it smells amazing, and the scent goes out into my bedroom as well. So like this whole wing of the apartment smells amazing. And Dossier is sponsoring this portion of the vlog. Thank you so much to them for continuing to support my channel for the last several years. They make replicas of brand name designer fragrances for a fraction of the price. They just give it a different name, put it in simpler packaging, which personally I prefer. This just looks so clean and sleek. They have perfumes, colognes, unisex scents. They also have reed diffusers and candles. And if you're not really sure what kind of fragrance you want, they have a discovery set where you can get 10 little mini bottles so you can try out a bunch and then see which one's your favorite. It makes for a really great gift, and they have an amazing sale going on right now for the holidays. Their entire website is 40% off. So if you've been wanting to get something, now is your time. I would stock up, and some of their fragrances now come in these large bottles. This is double the amount that you get in the regular standard size. So, I mean, perfect time, especially to get a big bottle, so it'll last you a lot longer. All right, I am ready for the day. It's still raining pretty hard, but it looks like it let up at least a little bit. I'm gonna run out to the car. I have to stop at Salon Centric because I placed a pickup order last night. Let's go do that and I'll show you what I got. Are you kidding me? My battery said it was fully charged when I started recording this morning, and now it's saying it's low. I'm gonna keep this quick so I can reserve the battery as much as possible, but I got my Salon Centric order. I just needed more processing solution for my glosses, more glosses. I use Redken Shades EQ just like everybody else does these days, and a few boxes of permanent color. And I use L'Oreal Anoa for that. I'm gonna put all this stuff away, set up for my first client, and I'll try to get as many clips throughout the day as I can. Oh my god, I can't wait to tell you about how today just went. Let me change into my pajamas first. Bra off, pajamas on. All I have to say is, thank God I packed lunch and was able to take a lunch break, because I cannot imagine how crappy I would feel right now if I didn't eat an actual meal. Thank God I have leftovers for dinner. And I'm so happy that Benny is with my boyfriend, because I would have felt so terrible for him if he was home this whole time. I was supposed to be done by like 5:30, 6 o'clock at the latest tonight. I ended up being there till 8. It's now almost 8:30. The client that I was a little anxious about, it ended up being okay. It went basically exactly how I was expecting, but she was just there for a haircut, so it was like, all right, in and out, pretty easy for the most part, you know, relatively. And then my last client, I did her hair once before. We've been in the process, and sorry that I didn't get clips of any of this that was happening, because it was just like chaos and stress and panic. I've been transitioning her blonder and blonder and trying to do like gray blending. She wants to embrace her gray, so the goal is long-term icy, cool tone blonde with some low lights that just blends in with the roots. And we made a lot of progress during her first appointment, broke up all of the old permanent color on her ends, got her nice and light, but she wasn't quite like silver platinum just yet. It was still like kind of more of a beigey blonde in some areas. And I basically did the exact same thing this time that I did last time. I did a bunch of heavy foils, and then in between all the foils I did a low light. So I go to pull out her foils, everything looks beautiful, but there were some spots towards the top of her highlights that were a little bit warm still, and I was like, we're trying to get rid of the warmth today. So I decided to do a little bit of a root shadow in some areas where she had a little bit of warmth at the top. That way it would all just kind of melt in together, and then I would do a nice cool tone gloss on the ends. So I do that, it's processing. It looks dark while it's processing, but most toners, especially if your stylist uses it on you, or if you're a stylist, if you're familiar at all with Redken Shades EQ, it processes very dark, and it looks, even after you wash it off, when it's still wet, it looks dark. Many times in the past, I've made the mistake of washing it off too soon because you panic and you think, oh, it's getting too dark. You wash it off, then you blow dry it, and you're like, oh, I definitely should have left it on for the full amount of time. So I set a timer. I'm looking at it. We're talking while it's processing. I'm like, yeah, it looks dark, but I know how this color line is. Once I wash it off and I blow dry it, it'll look lighter. I wash it and like, it still looks a little dark, but I use some clarifying shampoo. And then I even say to her before she gets back to the chair, I'm like, it's looking a little darker than I expected. I'm gonna blow dry the front and see how it looks. And if it is too dark, we'll just do a clarifying treatment and it'll just pull that toner right out, and then we can just retone it if we need to. So I blow dry the front, and we're both like, yeah, it's definitely, it's too dark. I mean, the whole point was that we were supposed to be getting lighter and blonder, not darker. It was definitely darker than when we started. So I was like, okay, no big deal. I used Malibu Crystal Gel. Used it so many times. I've never had any issues with it. It's a phenomenal product. It's not bleach. It's not harsh on the hair. It just pulls out any kind of like mineral buildup or anything that's sitting on like the outer layer of the hair. Put that on her hair, sit her under the dryer, and I'm like, damn, this kind of sucks. It's, you know, gonna add an extra like 30 minutes. I would have been done 30 minutes later or so. I bring her back to the sink. I'm shampooing her hair, and I'm like, oh, this is like very warm, like very warm. Her hair turned hot pink. And the places where it wasn't hot pink, it was orange. Her hair is like above her shoulders. Everything underneath in the back where I didn't do any of the root tapping came out perfect. Beautiful, flawless, exactly what I was going for, like perfect. But everything in the front was orange and hot pink. So all of that work that I just did, foiling and low lighting and everything, just ruined. And now I have a color correction on my hands. And I was about to be done for the night. I'm panicked because I don't know how or why this happened. I don't know if it's gonna come out easily. I know she's gonna be panicked and freaking out. At first, when I was looking at it wet in the shampoo bowl, I was like, it doesn't look too intense. Maybe I can just neutralize this. So I mixed up a green base and a blue base toner, because color theory, right? We have like pink and orange, so we're gonna use the complementary colors to try to cancel it out. That did absolutely nothing. And I'm sitting there scrubbing it and I'm watching and waiting. It's not doing anything. So I'm like, okay, screw this. The only thing I could think of was to just re-bleach her hair. By the grace of God, her hair was still in good condition, because I don't normally like to do that after her hair has just been sitting in foils for like an hour. And there was no hope in trying to like keep any bit of dimension, because there was slight remnants of the low light that I had did, like that cool tone low light, but like barely, and it was impossible for me to pick that out because I like diffused everything so nicely. So I was like, screw it. I gotta just go in and just do slices and just bleach all of her hair. Other than underneath in the back where it was flawless and beautiful. When you see colors like that, sometimes bleach makes it worse. Sometimes when you put bleach on the hair, it just drives it in deeper when you have like pinks, especially like dark magenta, bright, hot pinks. So I was like, fingers crossed, please God, like just pull the color out, don't make it worse. So then I washed it and I just toned her with like a beigey, I did 8GI with a little 7P. If you're a hairstylist, you know what that means. Because I was just scared to do anything like too ashy, because I didn't know if the hair was gonna just suck it all up and then go dark again. And like, I was like, I just want to keep it blonde at least. Like at this point, I just don't want her hair to be pink. Like I want it to at least just be a natural color. And she was definitely stressed and upset and panicked and worried too. So I'm trying to like calm her down and stay professional while I'm also like panicking and freaking out on the inside and trying to figure out like what the hell should I do without also like frying this woman's hair off. So it ended up working out. It's not perfect by any means. Now she's like a neutral, warm blonde. I would say like in some spots it's more of a golden blonde, other spots it's like a little bit more of a sandy blonde, but there's like little to no dimension in it, and it doesn't really blend out her roots as much as like what we were supposed to, that was what we were going for today. So I trimmed her hair to make sure that the ends, after everything we did to it, to make sure everything was like feeling healthy, and if there was anything that was a little compromised or crispy, I got that off. I did not charge her because I just didn't feel right doing that. And she is gonna come back on Monday. I'm gonna come in on my day off and I'm gonna redo her hair. I'll share that with you guys at the end of the vlog. It kills me that everything was going perfectly up until when I went to go tone her hair. Like I should have just not did the dark root, because I think that's what messed it up. I just wanted to share that because I was thinking at the time, I'm like, wow, it's been a while since I've had a situation like that. And how humbling. So yeah, it happens to all of us. So don't feel bad if it happens to you. I was actually just watching a video on TikTok last night of some girl that was trying to like drag her hairstylist and get her canceled because she like messed up her hair and toned her too dark. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for the hairstylist. Like I can't imagine, like that sucks, because it happens, you know, shit happens sometimes. And then now look, it happened to me. So it happens. The best thing that you can do though, honestly, is like try to stay calm. Do not gaslight your client. That is the biggest thing. Like, do not gaslight them. Don't lie to them. Don't try to make up excuses. Just be honest. Be like, I am so sorry. And I was like, I cannot express to you how sorry I am. You were here for so many extra hours and now you have to come back another day. I feel horrible for that. And she luckily was like, so sweet and understanding. So yeah, just be honest about it, stay calm, reassure them that you will make it right for them and that you're not gonna let them leave with their hair looking crazy. And honestly, I don't know what I would have done if I had another client after her appointment, because I could not let her leave there with hot pink hair. I don't know. All I can say is like, thank God it worked out. Thank God she was my last one of the day and I had the time and it didn't like mess up other appointments. The fact that I didn't charge her, like it sucks that I just worked for 6 hours and used a lot of product and whatever, but at least that makes me feel better. It helps with the guilt a little bit, at least. That's just part of owning a business. You know, you got to take a hit once in a while. That's just what you got to do sometimes to make it right and to have good customer service. And tomorrow I have another gray blending client. I actually have 2 more gray blending clients this week, tomorrow and Friday. So I will be sure to not make the same mistake. That is for damn sure. But yeah, tomorrow I don't have to be there till 12. So at least I can just relax tonight and I can sleep in a little bit tomorrow. I'm gonna go eat my soup, watch Grey's Anatomy. I feel like every single vlog clip, at the end of the night, that's how I end it. Like, gonna go watch Grey's Anatomy. Honestly though, remind yourself of that, because that's what I was thinking as I'm like panic mixing toner. Surgeons and doctors, when they make mistakes, people die, okay? So at least as a hairstylist, when you make a mistake, at least everyone lived. And it's not, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. It's not the end of the world. Gives you some perspective. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. My whole body feels sore. I don't know if you can tell. No, you can. Fell asleep with my makeup on, which I rarely do. But last night I was just so done, so exhausted, and my legs hurt so much that the thought of even just standing to have to take my makeup off and do my skincare and everything, I was like, I can't. Like everything just hurts, and then I fell asleep. This goes to show you, if you've ever had your hair messed up in a salon or it just didn't come out the way you were hoping. Obviously, not every hairdresser is the same, but like this goes to show you it eats at us. It's our worst nightmare when stuff like that happens. And it's not like, oh, well, yeah, sorry. Whatever. Tried my best. Good luck. Like, we can't stop thinking about it. And it hurts our bodies and our souls. Hairstylists are still just people at the end of the day. We want to be perfect and we want to get it right every time on the first try, and we want to make everyone happy, but sometimes stuff happens. Trying to decide what I'm gonna wear today. I have 2 clients today. I'm doing more gray blending. Fingers crossed and it goes smoothly and it should be pretty easy. I do gray blending all the time. I don't know, like that's the first time that something went wrong, but this client today, she has pretty fine hair and the permanent color she was doing was pretty light. So I'm hoping it'll come out easy, no problem. And hopefully we can get her to her goal with just this one appointment. Sometimes it takes multiple sessions. And then my second client is coming in for a touch up. She has like a caramel balayage. So just doing a partial to bring everything up a little higher. This is what I'm gonna wear. This crew neck sweatshirt that I got from the men's section at H&M on clearance like a year ago or so, maybe 2 years ago now. And then I'm gonna wear these jeans that are also from the men's section from Walmart, actually. They're the Wrangler brand. Okay, I'm at the salon, the outfit all together, and here's the aftermath from last night. It's actually not too terrible. Definitely got to clean that up before my first client gets here. And I have plenty of time because her appointment's not till 12. My first client's hair. It came out so good. Oh my god, I'm so excited. And she gave me a Christmas gift. So freaking sweet. So thank you so much, Lori, if you're watching. She said she found me through YouTube and was watching my videos. And I love that. She's just the sweetest. We got, ooh, sea salt caramel dark chocolate snowmen. Sounds divine. Ooh, okay. Oh, so sweet. Thank you so much, Lori. I'm literally tearing up. Who have I become? It just makes me love this job because I get to meet such sweet, amazing people. And like I talked about yesterday, you know, you do occasionally, you get the difficult people that give you anxiety and make you stressed out and they make you question why you do this job in the first place. But then you have the sweet angel clients that remind you exactly why you do it. But I have about a half hour now till my next client gets here. I already cleaned up, so I'm gonna go take a lunch break. Oh my god, it's so cold. It is Friday morning, right? My days, especially when I'm working Saturdays, my days get so thrown off. I'm about to stop at Cosmoprof. I didn't realize I'm running very, very low on lightener, and my client this morning has a lot of hair and she's getting a full foil. So need to go get that. And then I'm gonna also get color while I'm there for the color correction, my client that's gonna come back, the one whose hair I turned pink. I'll see you at the salon. But here is what I got from Cosmoprof. 2 tubs of lightener, Wella Blondor. I got another bottle of 5 volume developer. And then this is a color that I got for Monday. And again, on Monday, I will show you what I'm gonna do and explain the process in more detail. I'm gonna put all this stuff away and I'll show you my client's hair when she gets here. My camera battery actually ended up dying after I recorded that clip, so I didn't get that much footage this day, and I completely forgot to get a before clip of my client's hair, but I did a full foil highlights with a mix of lowlights. This is what her hair looked like after, and yeah, it looks really beautiful. But when you see what it looked like compared to where we started, oh my God. So the goal is for her to have something that's low maintenance and lived in and really blended with her natural root color. You gotta see what her hair looked like before. That's the picture on the left, okay? Today was our second session. So it took 2 appointments to get this final result. I don't like to toot my own horn, but bitch, toot toot, okay? Oh my God, what a transformation. And then my second client was just a really easy root touch-up and haircut. Good morning. I decided, instead of blow drying my hair, because I just didn't feel like doing it today, I used my extra time this morning to stop at Salon Centric because I was completely out of 10 volume and running very low on 20 volume. Restocked the big gallons, and then I also got another box of pop-up foils. My first client this day had virgin hair. Oh my God, so exciting. She wanted to add some dimension, but she was a little nervous about doing anything too dramatic. So it's, you know, finding that perfect in between where there's a noticeable difference, but it's not too shocking for her first time getting color. And I loved the result. And then my second client was just a red color refresh and a haircut. Okay, I'm at the salon. I actually just finished fixing my client's hair. I got clips, so I'm gonna insert them while I like talk over and explain what I did. You could kind of see there was one spot where the pink was kind of really clinging on. I don't know if I just missed that when I was lightening it or what, but yeah, that color, that was like all throughout the front of her hair. But I started by doing a low light first because I knew that had to definitely sit for a full 30 minutes in order for it to take. I felt confident about the low light. Like that could sit for the full amount of time, and even if it sat longer than that, it's fine. And I was just following like her natural gray pattern because in the front of her hair, it's pretty solid white for the most part. And then she has like salt and pepper and more dark in the back. So I didn't want to put a dark low light where she has white at the root because then there's going to be a line when it grows out. So I just went through wherever she has dark at the root and I added that in so that I could add dimension on the ends because she doesn't want her hair to be solid blonde. So after I placed all my low lights, then I did a high lift color and I made sure to do something that was blue and ash based. She has gray roots, so even if it ends up being a little too ash and too like silver or gray in some areas, that's fine because it'll blend, and that's kind of the goal, right? The blue base is going to neutralize because blue is the complementary color of orange, gold, so I knew that would counteract the orange parts that were in there still. So everything, all the hair I left out in between the low lights, I put the high lift color, and I didn't even leave the high lift color on for the full processing time. I applied it to the darkest areas and the areas that had the orange first so that it would sit the longest there. And then everywhere else where it was still kind of just like a beigey blonde, I just combed it through and I watched it and I left it for like maybe 10 minutes, if even, because by the time I finished applying it to her whole head, the parts that were orange and darker where I started were lifted and neutralized to a nice like dark blonde. So then I just washed everything out. I did a clarifying shampoo 2 times just to like soften everything. I should have got a clip of it while it was still wet to show you because when it's wet, it's a little scary because you really can see all the different colors. It just looked like streaks of like black, purple, white. But I was really starting to get nervous because I was like, if this doesn't work and if her hair ends up being like even more of a mess, I just don't even know what else to do at this point. Like, I really don't know what else to do other than just go a little bit darker. But I would hate to do that because that would defeat all the work we did, even from the beginning when she first came to me several weeks ago. But I blow dried it and it was good. I don't know, my camera, I have to see how it looks when I put it on my computer, but when I was recording the clip of her hair after, I think because of the artificial lights, I don't know, the camera was picking up the colors kind of weird, but in person, it looked really good, like really natural, no more pink, no more orange, and she booked her next appointment. So I'm relieved at least that she still trusts me and she was really understanding and sweet about the whole thing. Whew. Yeah, it was scary and stressful and overwhelming, but I got through it. It worked out. I'm gonna clean up because I made such a mess, and I'm gonna end this vlog here because I'm gonna start a new one tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing holiday season, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye.